All right, here we go. Thanks for watching Four Color Commentary. Just decided to do a live stream off the top of my head. I'm still of two minds as to whether or not it's good to just suddenly do a live stream. For me, it doesn't seem to make much difference whether I announce or put an announcement up there that I'm going to do a live stream or just hop on and do it. I don't really think that I think that my live stream skills are not that great. Perhaps I should try to hone them a bit, but it doesn't seem to make much difference. I don't think that. In other words, I guess what I'm trying to say is that when I put an announcement up for a live stream, I don't think people go, "Oh boy, Mark's going to do a live stream." I don't think people do that. I think they just, if they notice it at all, it's like, okay, I'll try to catch it. But here's the thing: when you can catch it, and I get people like to be in the in the comment section. They like to make live comments, but a lot of people, such as myself, I'll go back and watch live streams after they are no longer live, and I think that's how a lot of people opt for. I'll be real honest with this, as I have just in the last couple of years, started doing shorts. I did mainly videos. When I started doing shorts, what I realized about live streams was that parts of snippets of live streams translate really well into shorts because so many different things are talked about that I can throw those up, and some of my snippets from live streams have been my most successful shorts. So anyway, that's much ado about nothing, I suppose. But wanted to talk about a few things today. Wanted to talk about the Thunderbolts movie, which I have now watched twice, streaming on Disney Plus. It is not one that I went to the theater for. Listen, as far as just budget wise, can't go to every movie I'd like to see. Now my son and I went to see the Superman movie um, at a movie theater. My son and I went to see the Fantastic Four movie at a movie theater. I've already talked about how I enjoyed those. Thunderbolts, we just went ahead and streamed it late on a Saturday night, and or streamed it on a Saturday night. He fell asleep twice. It was late. I was fighting drowsiness. So what I did was today, which is technically my day off, I went ahead and watched it again this morning. And I'm telling you, there was stuff I missed the first time watching it late at night. The old man is getting to where, of course, the young boy couldn't either, 16 years old, but the old man's getting to where he can't watch a movie late at night and retain everything that he wants to retain. Watched it again this morning as I was fresh, and I liked it even more. I liked it the first time I saw it, liked it the second time I saw it. Of course, that's not too unusual with a lot of movies. You notice things the second time that you didn't notice before, but especially when you're drowsy. So I'm going to start really just kind of talking about that. The Thunderbolts, good movie. A bunch of second stringers, absolutely. And actors and actresses that aren't necessarily headliners. And I don't know that any of them will be after this. But for the most part, actors and actresses who play their parts really well. And, people have, I've heard people make comments about, they hate that in the movie, they are referred to toward the end as the New Avengers. That is, characters. That is Allegra. I forget her name now. I can't say her name, but DeFontaine. That is her. That is what she wants to make is the New Avengers. She wants to basically be in charge of and practically own the New Avengers, and so that's what they are known as in the story. But of course, in the movie, they're Thunderbolts. I don't want to give too much away, so there may be spoilers here, but this is not a big spoiler. But the name Thunderbolts in the movie actually comes from Yelena's childhood Pee Wee soccer team, and they were the Great Something Valley Thunderbolts. Okay, and so that somehow got stuck in there, and of course her father made a big deal about it. You named your team after the Thunder, your soccer team. And no, she didn't, but that it just stuck. But they are the new Avengers, considered the new Avengers. Um, there's a couple of great. I'll talk first about the piddly stuff. The post credit scenes were fantastic. The post credit scenes, the first one was just kind of good for yucks, good for laughs. It was, Red Guardian in his civilian identity in the grocery store, and you have a picture of the Thunderbolts on the Wheaties box, and he's trying to get a woman to notice that it's him on there, and it doesn't. Nothing happens. She doesn't realize it. And anyway, there was that, and then there's a great intro scene to the next Marvel Cinematic Universe big event, which of course Doomsday Wars or Doom Wars or whatever they're calling it. So I don't again. Well, you know what? Mute or go away for a bit so I can talk about what it is. But basically, they from their satellite they get the new Avengers get a notice that or get an alert that there is an interdimensional ship that has entered the Earth's space, and it's the Fantastic Four rocket, the Fantastic Four ship. So that's cool. That actually has me stoked a little bit for the Doomsday Secret Wars or whatever it's going to be called. I tell you, I'm a little disappointed that so many onset leaks have occurred. Whether the leaks were intentional or accidental, I imagine they were intentional. I'm a little upset by that because so many have leaked that we now know kind of in a sense the general look of the movie. And that's okay in a sense, but when you start to see too much, there is such a thing as seeing too much of a movie before it comes out. So I don't like all the leaks. I don't like the leaks, but the rumor about Robert Downey Jr. Getting mad, fighting with the Deadpool actor. Sorry, I'm not a Hollywood guy. I'm a comic book guy, but fighting with the Deadpool actor, and both of them basically. If it's true, and I say if it's true, it's because both of them want to be the sweetheart on the set. But I doubt that it's true. Rumors have said that RDJ has threatened to leave the production, which I don't think that would be a gigantic breach of contract. And he would not only would he not be paid a lot of money, he would lose a lot of money if he did that. But anyway, I don't like all the hoo-ha about it. I certainly don't like the leaks. I don't like the rumors of infighting. We'll see what happens with all that. I'm holding out hope. I'm being positive, hoping that it's going to be a good movie, a fun movie. We'll see. But it is kind of a neat teaser at the end of the Thunderbolts movie to see what I talked about. Now, I've heard a lot of people actually do the same thing with the Thunderbolts movie that they did with the Fantastic Four movie. They said it was very good. However, it was not a box office success. And all I can really say about that is I really believe that's Disney's fault. I believe that's Disney's fault and Marvel's fault for being too political. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I've danced around it, and I don't get political on this channel, but telling other people, telling studios to keep the politics out of movies, I don't think is being political. Because I'm not saying keep the conservatism out or keep the liberalism out. I'm just saying keep the politics out. You can make a movie without politics. And so what has happened is, even though Fantastic Four was a good movie, Thunderbolts was a good movie, they didn't do well at the box office. I think because because people have come to not expect very much from Marvel. It's been a while since it's been quite a while since Endgame, and there's not been very much good. It was kind of like after Endgame, it was like, well, what's Marvel going to do now? What's Marvel Studios? What's Disney going to do now? And I'm not sure what could have been done to avoid that, but they could have avoided all politics and just made good movies. But that's just, again, that's just me. Thunderbolts, however, was fantastic. I loved it. I love the characters, love the actors and actresses, and it was a lot of fun. I'd like to. I can't wait to see them interact as a team with the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I even liked Sentry. I liked, I liked Bob. I liked his character. I don't know much about Sentry. I do have a couple of trade paperbacks with Sentry in it, but haven't read them. I've been at the bottom of my to read stack for a while. But, I like the character in the movie. And I do understand that he has, he has a enemy called the Void, a villain called the Void. I became a villain early on in his story and somehow is trapped inside him. I don't understand it all. Hopefully they will flesh that out in future Marvel movies because I think that character is worth investigating. He is a very, very high powered character, which is kind of, that can be a tricky thing too. Speaking of movies, looking at, a couple of news sites talking about James Gunn confirming, a sequel, of course, to Superman, Man of Tomorrow, which is kind of cool. Like to hear that there's going to be another Superman movie. Enjoyed the first one, but what got me was he talked about how they were going to stick to DC Studios' main rule or primary rule, and that primary rule kind of surprised me. The primary rule is that no film will be given a release date or enter production until a finished script is in place. Now, I would just think that was common sense. I can't imagine you start filming a movie before you even have a complete script. I wouldn't even think you'd start, you could start some aspects of pre-production, but who starts a movie? Who starts shooting a movie before you have a finished script? Is this something that's done often in Hollywood? I don't know. I've never heard of that. I just always assumed, silly me, out here in Oklahoma land, nothing to do with Hollywood, knowing nothing about Hollywood. I just assumed that they wait and have a finished script before they start shooting a movie. But shows how dumb I am, I suppose. But so that's kind of interesting. Kind of excited about another Superman movie. I have picked up, kind of switching gears a little bit here. I have picked up a couple of or a new comic, a single new comic. The last few weeks, I've talked about a few new comics that had piqued my interest. I try to keep my toe in the water a little bit, so to speak. I mean, I want to know if something cool comes out. I've always been kind of a Predator fan, the Alien. And I did pick up, though I hadn't picked up any, I guess I wasn't even aware before this issue number 1 came out. I wasn't aware that there had been any other Predator crossovers with Marvel characters. But I picked up Predator Kills the Marvel Universe number 1 and enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed the premise. I am going to show some artwork here, but Benjamin Percy writes and Marcelo Ferreira pencils. But first of all, I like it's a Yunil Francis Lou. Now, I don't remember. Been too long since I've been literally the 90s since I paid much attention to Francis's work. I'll just call him Francis. Let's see. Cover Lionel Francis Yu. Okay. And Matt Milla inking. But wonderful cover. Beautiful cover. And I love the optics, the visuals there. I also like those Fantastic Four costumes. I like the big stylized fours on the front. But I read the first issue, was thoroughly entertained. Love the art and the and just the storytelling. Now, again, spoilers ahead, but I love the how they're using Craven. Craven is kind of the tour guide or the safari guide for the predators, giving them information about different Marvel characters, Marvel superheroes. Now, I wasn't aware, as I was going to say before, I wasn't aware of any Predator Marvel character crossovers before. I'm going to have to go back because there's some backstory. Uh, Evidently, Predator versus Spider-Man, Predator versus somebody else. I don't remember. Black Panther. There you go. Ooh, that see, and just the thought of a Predator coming to Wakanda, that's kind of cool. And so, and there is some, there's some leftovers of that because you do have a Predator in here who actually is wearing vibranium armor, which is a terrible, terrible concept. I mean, it's a great concept, terrifying concept, I should say. To think of a Predator of all things wearing Wakandan armor, so or vibranium armor. So anyway, I'm looking forward to the rest of this. Even my goodness, I can't believe I'm saying it. At $6 a pop, of course, I get my 20% discount at my LCS. So for me, 480. Still, that's crazy for a single comic book, but I am going to stick with it. I'm going to read this. But here's the big thing, the big acquisition. I don't know how many of you out there have an Ollie's. If you have an Ollie's, you should check out your Ollie's often. If you are a comic book lover, man, you need to make regular stops at Ollie's because they get trade paperbacks, hardbacks, that kind of thing in on the regular, and they are deeply discounted. Now, these are past trade paper, nothing, you're not going to find anything brand new there as far as what just came out. Brand new condition, yes. But, and I know probably some people out there are going, well, yeah, Ollie's, duh. Well, see, I just discovered Ollie's within the last year or two. And the other day, I found a coffee table sized book with some of the best that contains reprints, some of the best Marvel, Bronze Age Marvel art and storytelling that has ever been done. And it is Jim Starlin, but it's Warlock by Jim Starlin. Now, this is the gallery edition. It's a gallery edition, all right? And I think that's what they call it. It reprints, see if I can read it in this light. It reprints Strange Tales 78 through 81, Warlock, issues 9 through 15, the Avengers Annual number 7, it looks like, and Marvel 2-in-1 Annual. My goodness. Well, it's the two-part Thanos storyline. The Warlock and the Avengers and Spider-Man and the Thing going up against Thanos. And so, anyway, that's a thick book. That's a nice book. This thing retailed for $50 in the U.S. I got it. Let's see. What was, I took the plastic covering off. Still shrink wrapped. Ollie's deep discount was $14. That's with tax, a little over $14. You got to hit Ollie's. You got to hit the Ollie's every once in a while in your neighborhood if you have one. So great book there. And I'm sure I'll feature that at some point in a bookshelf bounty, which I haven't done in a long, long time. But anyway, so I like the getting back to the Predator kills the Marvel Universe. Of course, they first made that concept popular years ago with the Punisher. The Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. Seems like there was didn't Deathstroke kill the Marvel Universe in an imaginary story? I think so, or what if story. I believe so, but again, I don't remember. But I love the Predator killing the Marvel Universe. That whole I'm on board for that whole story. You know what I'm not on board for is the whole Godzilla Marvel crossovers right now. Now it may be because I'm an old comics. I'm an old turkey, and I can imagine that the Godzilla Marvel crossover stuff right now, or Godzilla in the Marvel Universe, probably seems very fresh and very new to a lot of readers out there. And I'm glad about that because that means there's readers out there, comic book readers out there younger than me. And that's great. It's hard for me, however, to get into the whole idea of the Marvel Universe battling Godzilla, because Godzilla uh, has battled the Marvel Universe, or at least aspects of the Marvel Universe, before the champions, for one, the original champions. And so that's great. I hope it does well. I hope readers enjoy it, but it's just not for me. But I am digging the Predator kills the Marvel Universe. But anyway, I also did. I wanted to mention. I did upload a video today of continuing the retrospective of the Bronze Age Marvel Logan's Run series. Put up the video on issue number 4, and so check that out. But I've just really been enjoying this series. Some great, wonderful early George Perez artwork with Klaus Janson doing the inks. And so lots of good stuff there. But anyway, that's about it. This live stream wasn't going to be anything long. I just wanted to mention some things that were on my mind. But the Thunderbolts movie is fantastic. I enjoyed it very much. I think hardcore Marvel fans will as well. And so anyway, here's hoping that that with Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts and Superman, here's hoping that it's the time is coming back where politics stay out of movies and they just try to make movies that are fun and entertaining. Here's hoping. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching Four Colored Commentary, and thanks for coming back and watching this stream, because there's been a couple of people pop in and pop right back out. But like I said, I do these as much for me, for shorts material and that kind of thing. That's a weird thing probably to admit on YouTube, but there it is. But anyway, thanks for watching Four Color Commentary. I have gotten an influx of new subscribers again recently, and that's always fun. So just trying some new things and trying to use every venue on YouTube possible to grow viewership. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.